Fuck it, we're doing it live. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back after a week and a half long-ish absence. Episode 113 of the download queue. I have survived all of the Florida men on my vacation. I've been playing a lot of games on my vacation. But we're talking Xbox today, baby. A lot happened this week. A lot of news drops. Almost daily new things happening in the world of Xbox as we are just over 60 days into Asha Sharma's charge. But before we get to that, Kyle, my friend, my runner, my marathon buddy, how have you been? It has been a whole while.
Been good, yeah. Good time. Been good. Been playing mostly marathon. And I downloaded 2K, NBA 2K. It's on Game Pass, and now I'm wasting time playing basketball. But would be playing other things. But it's a good time. Good. You said earlier, good palate cleanser, and that is a great way of putting it. Makes sense. But yeah, having fun. Good time. A lot of stuff happening, huh?
Too much. There's the past 2 years this has happened where and even this morning I was looking, you can ask, Anna was there with me, and I was like, oh, the EA games, I forgot those are here. I look at Madden and I'm like, I should play Madden for a little bit. But the past 3 years, it's always happened when the draft is going on. It's like a cycle. I'm like, I'm in the mood for it, but I'm so bad. It's not even worth trying.
It's funny that the draft is when you get into Madden.
Mm-hmm.
Not season starts, not
the
bull.
The draft. The shit I know nothing about, the real in-depth, you know.
Fernando. We got him. I'm a big ABBA fan now. Big ABBA fan.
You just got
Fernando Mendoza. There's something in the air tonight.
Saw there
It'd
was
be fun. Kirk Cousins and Fernando Mendoza. Raiders. We're talking about NFL Raiders.
Ew.
Number 1 draft pick overall. They're like the same people. It's gonna be real fun. I can't wait for the clips. But that's football season. We got a whole Xbox thing before.
I saw there's the NDSU, the North Dakota College, that's the only good one people care about. Quarterback was drafted by the Eagles this year, which is like the 5th year in a row where a quarterback's been drafted. It's like, North Dakota's not complete ass. That's crazy. It started with Carson Wentz, and then that went downhill really fast.
Little quarterback. Factory. That's the word. I was like, what word am I going for?
We're sticking on quarterbacks.
Yeah, I haven't paid attention to anything else.
That's all I care about. Sticking on quarterbacks as we look at the new quarterback for the Xbox division. Again, as mentioned, there's been a lot going on. There's been a lot to try and understand, a lot of moving parts with a lot of it that we won't fully understand until the year is done, or at least June. This whole conversation bred off of the past week where Game Pass prices changed, Call of Duty is no longer day one Game Pass, this is an Xbox gone, things in offices are changing, a lot of stuff, which just wanted us to sit back from the beginning, take a look back, see how things have changed, what has gone on these first 2 months, and where things are going. Because again, we said it before, I'll say it right now, they're doing every possible good marketing, consumer-friendly thing they could right now to save face by how much of this will actually make for a change in the future. This Steven Totillo released an interview after a memo was released on Xbox that I loosely made up a spreadsheet to go off of, go through the timeline, break it down into points, kind of going over the first full 60 days of Asha's reign, I will say. Superiority under Microsoft Gaming, which is no longer a thing anymore. We'll get to that. Kyle. Top level, first 60 days. How are you feeling with the Xbox brand? Any different? Any expectations? Anything you're surprised that has happened so quickly? Seemingly so quickly.
Yeah. First, big surprise. I'll start there. Moving away from Microsoft Gaming as the umbrella and just going with Xbox as the brand. Is that like a demotion of Xbox as a whole? Is Microsoft shrinking their gaming division, or is that just literally branding? You know, gamers were like, it's a corporate Microsoft Gaming. It's no longer. Is it just branding? You know, who knows? I don't know. It feels like it's a branding thing, so we'll lean towards that. But that's surprising to me. I thought that made sense, but again, I guess corporate. I get it, right? I get people didn't like it. Other than like that, everything seems like it's been part of the plan, honestly, outside of maybe a drop. It just, I guess a lot of things can happen in 60 days. But man, this person is coming with a plan and is hitting every mark 1, 2, 3, 4. They knew Phil was leaving last year. They were, you have these plans in place so the transition is there. And hey, good shout out to Microsoft for Asha Sharma, for Phil Spencer, for Sarah Bond for handling this. And this transition is going well. She's off to a start and it feels good. Going on threads, everyone's happy. Everyone's talking positive about Xbox. And that's something that isn't the case. That wasn't or hasn't been the case for years. So if this is what it took to have people kind of be like, hell yeah, let me plug in my Xbox again. Can't argue with it. None of these things that are being done and are being said is making me feel weird. I feel good about all of it. Again, we have to wait. It's a lot of, this is what we're going to do. What does that look like? They hint at exclusivity. What does that really truly mean, right? Those specifics, I don't know. But right now, feels good.
For my end, a blanket statement over all of this, because people will be in the comments bitching. Obviously, some of the stuff we're going to talk about, some of the changes that have been made, were in works before Asha took charge. Like, this is not all came in, flip the switch, everything's happening. So, like, we understand that. That's not the point of this whole topic discussion. Saying that, though, the way the pieces have fallen into place for her have been incredibly strong, with the updates and constant announcements and constantly engaging with people and reporters. Like, to have the memo come out 3 days ago, 4 days ago at this point, and then do an immediate follow-up with Totillo about it and going deeper on the specifics, like, that's good to see. Because before it would be, hey, here's this thing, or hey, we're on Bloomberg talking about random XYZ. Like, this feels like a reinvigorated approach. Thing they've been talking about since she took charge, in that first thing of, we want to recapture that momentum and energy and drive that we used to have. And right now it feels like it. It feels good. It's not doom and gloom, like you said with Xbox. Open up any social thing. It's people being optimistic and talking about what they want and where things are, and this feels good again. It's not a doom and gloom staring down the barrel of a gun every time you talk about Xbox for being harassed and like put down for it. Like, I don't know. It feels good. I'm personally happy, obviously. But this all stems February 20th. Asha Sharma officially took charge, released a memo with Satya, Phil, her, and I believe Booty talking about the changes. Phil leaving. Obviously, we talked about that when it first happened, day of. Her first day dedicated to the initial goals, great games, the return of Xbox celebrating their roots and renewed commitment to the console, and the future of play, which is kind of the wider branch, covers a lot of topics without specifically targeting one thing. But in her thing, she said, to meet the moment, we will invent new business models and new ways to play by leaning into what we already have, iconic teams, characters, and worlds that people love. But we will not treat those worlds as a static IP to milk and monetize, which is very good because that is counteractive or counterpoint to other talks I think Phil's had, PlayStation heads have had about monetizing the player base they have to get the money back. Well, if you're not selling consoles and hardware, we have built a shared platform and tools that empower developers and players to create and share their own stories. And again, return of the renegade spirit that built Xbox originally. Sounds good. Again, right out the gate, everything you could possibly want to hear. Like, hey, we're not resting on our laurels and the plan is the plan till it's not the plan. Like, shards of hope and optimism from day one of, hey, this is a major change that is happening. People loved Phil. He was the face for 10 years almost at that point. And you're having this essential stranger to most people come in and take charge, but immediately put points down to try and connect with the core audience, trying to connect with people who are in the know and are covering and following this stuff more than your casual Call of Duty sports player.
Yeah, that was a good first thing, and I think we see an evolution of it too.
2 weeks later, 14th day of Sharma's plan, Project Helix was announced. Next gen console obviously happened around GDC. Jason Ronald came out, gave his big talk about the future of the console, how it is now operating under one dedicated GDK. So any game developed for PC will work naturally on your Xbox and vice versa. Also talked about the history of Xbox games and how they want those previous 4 console generations to run with the new hardware, keeping game preservation alive. Always good to see. Next generation built on console handheld accessories and great games, and alpha versions of Helix will be sent to developers early 2027, which many people believe leads to a late 2027 release date. Again, one of the bigger things of this was obviously in the works. This was going to be announced in GDC no matter what. They have all this lined up for it. But 2 weeks to come in, new hardware, hey, we're refocusing on the future, what this means. We haven't gotten too much more information on what Helix is since then. But it's kind of, in my eyes, how much you've seen, going against some of the rumors from before. There was the big thing of, oh, it'll have Steam on it now. Now with some interviews she's doing, that may not be the case. So it's a lot of question marks of where this new console is, if the accessibility and cloud gaming and stuff like that will be enough to bring people over, if that's what they're trying to do, invest in the ecosystem again, invest in the hardware space with it.
Yeah. That's interesting. I mean, I agree. This is coming. This is happening. I don't think much has changed with her. Maybe in the long run it will, but like what they're talking about, this is what they've been telling us. What they wanted to make it easier for developers to make games. We know anecdotally with the Series S and X, there was an issue there with the difference of tech limitations there. So they want that gone. PC games run on everything and anything, and like, why wasn't that the same for a console, right? So if they could figure that out, have it scale appropriately, use some AI to help games like actively do that with DLSS tech, like that, this thing was always coming. That's awesome. It not running Steam would be crazy to me. Them saying, no, it runs Xbox PC games would be crazy. That would be such a missed opportunity. If Steam and if Valve is saying no, because we have our Steam machine, I get that. But I honestly see Game Pass being on Steam machine and vice versa, Steam being on this Helix thing. So we'll see there. That's the biggest hiccup, but outside of price, right? Other than that, like, I loved what we heard from Project Helix. I love, I don't know if you have it on here, but they sent out jackets to all these influencers too. So they're starting some type of marketing with the Helix. So we'll see hey, we're seeing this thing full blow in this summer, right? I feel real good about seeing design and everything this summer. Comes out next. You're saying next, not this year, but next fall, 2027.
Yeah, I like
That's
it.
a whole year. Just like, here it is, and we'll come back in the developer direct with more.
That would be such an old school thing to do that I would love. Like back when they used to do consoles like the end of the showcase. Oh, that'd be so good.
It would be real good for her. And I think that's how you kind of, when you're planning how to handle this transition, you're in third place. Hey, let's let her also announce the console on stage. She's everywhere. She is the face. It's not like she's the secret CEO in the back. Like, she is up there saying, hi, like, I'm doing stuff. So, yeah. I put my money on that thing being shown off this summer. See the giant cylinder.
Do you see? Obviously the oh god, what am I looking for? Shortage, not graphic chips.
Yeah, the RAM
RAM.
memory.
Thank you. Obviously, that's still going on. There has been a major change in any of that, so still up in the air. Could get delayed, see how it's going, but that is again a wait and see part of this. That
Yeah,
years
could get
time, things
delayed.
can be ready to go. You know, like
Yeah. How much? I mean, they already had deals. Microsoft isn't openly anti-government America. They are provide some tech, unfortunately. Um, so it wouldn't be surprising if they also have a backdoor deal to cheaper parts. God,
yeah.
that'd be insane if they like release this for like 600. Like, imagine they eat the cost.
I think
and
that's
really
been
like
openly talked about though. Like that was something they talked higher ups talked like, hey, we can give them a pass with tariffs and shipping stuff in. Like that could be such a time and place secret sauce for this next generation. Because you have, I would say, what rumors at least a year now of next gen's going to be a grand, if not more. If they come out and be like, hey, 600-700, just to undercut it by a couple, such a huge get. The stir that would bring up online of positive feedback would be so good for them.
Yeah, no, I did thinking about it that way. Yeah. Now, if they can undercut it and announce it and the price is like, whoa, way cheaper, that'd be awesome. But I don't expect that at all. That's wishful thinking. But hey, with her, it feels like it could happen. It's crazy how just a new face and a new energy can really make you an optimist.
Little after 2 weeks after that, Microsoft confirmed that Sharma had retired. The company is controversial. This is an Xbox ad campaign, which you think you mentioned earlier, purely a marketing thing. I feel a lot of those ideas are still being pushed forward on. Obviously, they're openly talking about cloud and wanting you to access their ecosystem wherever you can on handhelds, mobile, PC. It's still very much a core part of where they want to tap into. When we get a little further down, she talked about where they want to succeed more in, China being one, cloud market being another. Like that's still very much a part. It's just that in your face, constant, as people mentioned, deterioration of the console itself, making it a little lesser thing that you don't need, taking that away, which fits good with their new focus if that's what they want to do. I like it.
Yeah. It made so much sense for what they were doing. It shouldn't have been, this is our new identity. It should have been, hey, we have a marketing campaign. This is an Xbox as well. You know, we have our console, and this is also, it should have been, this is also an Xbox. And I think that would have went over a little better because, like you said, it still seems like they're doing the same. Nothing has changed really. Like to me, they're still doing cloud stuff. They're still on mobile. You know, we'll see. It can change, but goodbye. This is an Xbox. Goodbye. This is not a cat, or this is cat litter, not an Xbox.
This is the fridge. This is a toaster. This fridge could be an Xbox technically.
Yeah. Let's see what she comes up with next.
Again, that was day 35. Little more than 2 weeks after that brings us to this past week that I was gone when major things went down. Day 59, April 21st, 2026. Game Pass is getting a price cut, and Call of Duty will not be in it day and date offerings, but instead added a year later. The new price for Game Pass Ultimate is down to $22.99 a month from the $29.99 a month they went to 6 months ago. To note, that is still more than the previous $20 before they did that initial price cut that everyone was freaking out about. Purely affects Game Pass Ultimate. I know PC Game Pass also went down, I believe, $6, so that's like $14.99, I believe now. Correct me if I'm wrong. Nothing else was talked about as far as the other tiers. All that seems kind of up in the air right now. Um, no word if that has any change with that initial 70-day day one releases they announced with that price increase, if that's changed. Since then, there's been some leaks in the background. New Game Pass Starter Edition, which is essentially the Game Pass Core, I think it was called originally, that had 50 games bundled in, will supposedly be bundled in with Discord Nitro with limited cloud streaming time, I believe 10 hours a month. Other leaked tiers that have been floating around is a first party only tier. The possible bundle with Netflix we talked about a few weeks ago. I've seen some, I think it was Noble on Twitter, bringing up a build your own Game Pass services and talks, where you would be able to bundle in a WoW sub, Fallout First, Minecraft Realms, or Elder Scrolls Online. Just a lot they're experimenting with, a lot that worries me, because we're going to go from the 3 tiers people were already freaking out about was too confusing to possibly more than that. Who knows? Again, even the Discord one's not fully announced yet, but has been showing up on ads or back end places that they're not supposed to.
Where do you want to start?
I mean, Game Pass price down to 22. Happy? Does this make up for your forced
Easy win.
Fortnite crew subscription
No.
that you don't want?
No. You raised it by $10 and added an $11 subscription, like, and now it's still $13, $3 more than it was. So, no, it like I will not get over that math. I put me in front of their financer, and I would be like, explain this to me, and I still won't agree with you because this doesn't help me, the player. Like, this is Epic is giving you money. You are getting money from Epic. This is why it's in there. That's all. It's just silly. So it's still a good thing. I think if it was $20 this whole time and it moved up $3, it wouldn't be that big a deal. So it's one of those things, an easy win. I think the bigger thing here, Call of Duty. They're saying that kicking Call of Duty out is the justification for this. I'm not going to play a Call of Duty now. I won't play this until next year, until it comes out. I only played the most recent Call of Duties because they were in Game Pass. And last year's Call of Duty was dog shit. And now you're going to ask people to come back and play, pay $70 and play it? Dude, they either had something really cool, which they probably do. Let's think about it. Black Ops 7 was really just built off of Black Ops 6. So you had an extra year for that studio to work on a new thing. So you imagine there's something cool coming, something bigger, hopefully. Still not going to get me because it was in Game Pass and it will be in a year. So I will wait for a year. So what is this going to do to like the player base? So many, they lost money because people weren't buying Call of Duty, but how many are going to jump back in? We'll see. I just don't see that being the reason. I just don't know. Call of Duty isn't that game to me, but it still was in like physical sales bestsellers like constantly. So I'm wrong. I'm wrong in a lot of ways. It's so surprising to me.
The Call of Duty thing, I guess I'm not surprised by, because even before the acquisition happened, that was the thing everyone was like, how can they justify locking this away or keeping it from being purchased by X amount of people? To me, it's the weird wrench of, obviously it's going to be an outlier for their plans going forward if they do go back to exclusives, whatever, but what does that mean for other major titles and how they differentiate between those and what's warranted keeping up? Obviously Call of Duty is in its own tier of its own, which I think if they kept Call of Duty the only one off the tier, I don't see that as an issue. Again, not a lot of people like
the game. What else would come off?
What was that?
I just don't know what other thing would come off either. Like Call of Duty is the only outlier. Outside of that, like,
yeah. And it's the one, like, when we talk about, like, people are just buying Call of Duty every year. Those Call of Duty players aren't interested in Kiln or Keeper or any of these other things in Game Pass. So yeah, they'll be back buying it. They don't care. Like, their one purchase a year, go ahead. It's just it's a weird precedent that I don't think it's going to change much. I don't think it's going to change. I don't think we see other games like Forza being left. I don't see that being the case. I'm just surprised it was there to begin with. I feel like if they didn't even start putting it in Game Pass, like I would have been fine with that too.
Yeah. Yeah, it might have been just the last. I mean, it's the last Hail Mary to make Game Pass work, and it didn't get enough people to transition. Or, I mean, we know it lost them money. Like, I forget where that was reported or when it was, but they are not making as much as they were when it was being sold. So, hey, doesn't hurt me. I'll play it the next year if it's a good campaign. But I'm happy to save some money. Could be more. Got rid of Fortnite.
Get rid of Fortnite. You can get rid of Fortnite and possibly replace it with the Fallout
whole
First
game.
Fallout First, Kyle. What are your thoughts on the rumored tiers? Would you like to see any of this happen? Would you like more options for Game Pass tiers? Coming off of people being upset about the 3 and things not being specified where they're at?
Yeah. Yeah, the Discord thing being rumored and like a part of it, if there is a starter, like the core, if that's what they're just going with, Game Pass starter, and there is something you could subscribe to on Xbox through that, that's fine. If that's Discord only, weird. That's where it's going to get weird. But if it's just you also get this because they're here, cool. Everything else is like, of course, she's going to say, yeah, why not? Hey, Netflix, sure. What, you're going to give us money? I'll listen to you. You know, like right now, everything is sure. Let's talk. Let's listen. So, I don't know. I don't think stuff outside of the company is likely, like Netflix, really. I could totally see a WoW subscription, a Fallout, Minecraft Realm, Elder Scrolls stuff. I could totally see everyone subscribe to Game Pass gets to choose one of those for the month. But maybe weird if you would be able to switch it. You know, there's limitations there, but hey, if it works, it works. I'd do the Fallout First one. I would totally. I'd hop into WoW with you for a while if I got a free sub. So I can see it working. I think that is totally doable. And how much money is it going to cost them? I don't want it to be here's a one-time code, and then they like go, hey, 3-month tier, and then you try to subscribe to it, and it goes, well, actually, you already redeemed it, so you don't get it. It's like, no, now it's just fake email.
Oh yeah.
You know, like I want to always be able to subscribe to this for free. Then, if that's what you're gonna do, because that's cool. But I don't know. I don't think they're gonna make Game Pass levels more complicated. I think they're gonna figure it out. I think having it called Game Pass Standard or Starter is like, this is where you go if you want to start. That's clear. If you're getting it through other places too, that works for me. And then you just have Ultimate. Have a starter and then Ultimate. 2, and that's it. No more. But I guess if they're doing the rumored only first party one, I don't know.
It's weird.
It's messy at that point. Maybe the starter is only first party. Oh, but they have others. It's weird.
It's weird.
Yeah. The rumored stuff is weird because how true is any of it? They could be leaking stuff on purpose to find who they can trust.
Yeah. I will say of note with everything rumored so far, it's putting Game Pass in almost every other place they can that's not another console. The Netflix sub, play that with cloud on your TV, Discord Nitro, PC, wherever you want. Like, it's doing their reach of Game Pass everywhere, having access to your stuff everywhere, without stepping over that line to Game Pass on PC, which is a whole other discussion because Sony doesn't want to take the cut on prices and shit like that. Like, that's a ball in itself, but something to note.
Yeah. You know what, I kind of goes back to Helix, which I forgot to brought up, but it kind of goes with this too. Part of Game Pass, you should have free multiplayer, but it also not part of Game Pass because you're paying for it.
Yep.
Multiplayer should be free for everyone. Like, break down the walls. Like, you know, then as people grow up and, you know, kids, they're like, oh, I have to pay for Fortnite on PlayStation? No, I don't. Not on Xbox, you don't. And that's going to happen. If Xbox Helix is both PC, Xbox, I us to. I have Xbox game I can't play online. I have PC game I can play online on the same console. Come on, that don't make no sense.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a big win for them, and I hope they just lean in fully into it. It probably is going to be the standard going forward. Honestly, I think Sony will do it too. Just free multiplayer. Quote.
I'm surprised that didn't happen when Game Pass became a thing. Like that should have been immediate.
That was just how they were going to make money, though, right?
Did you see the Final Fantasy 14 stuff about that? They announced
What do you
Final
mean?
Fantasy 14 yesterday is coming to Switch 2, but to play it on Switch 2,
Is that the online?
yep.
Okay, I think MMO,
On top of coming to Switch 2, you have to have your Final Fantasy 14 online subscription like you would for WoW, but then you also have to pay another subscription for the Switch 2 service. So even if you're playing to play your characters on Switch 2, you have to pay 2 different monthly subs. Like that's
Damn.
wild. That's batshit crazy.
Nintendo, damn. That's crazy. That one's crazy.
Plus, on Switch Online. Well, 3? I don't know. It's weird. I've seen my threads has been all about it. 2 days.
Yeah, I saw a little bit of it, and I saw more of the positive stuff of the showing. Yeah, that's funny. But yeah, overall, we'll see where it goes. You know, I think Game Pass is a core thing of Xbox at this point, and I think you could totally say we're sunsetting Game Pass in a year. I could see them doing that eventually, but you can't take first party stuff out. You can't do day one. If we lose day one releases, that's going to be rough. That's going to be sad. I think those things are just, and I think that's okay. I think this is okay as the identity of Xbox. If they can make the money work, you know, I don't know that side.
Yeah. If it gets to the
Just
point
cool
of
with
like
all the third party games, you know, because like you go on Game Pass right now. What came out a couple weeks ago? Hades 2, or I'm trying to think of another one. There's like 20 games that came out.
Planet Coaster,
you know, between that, there's just so many games that are like third party stuff coming out, and it's, are you like, can you save money in that way? Is there ways to save money and have less? Instead of saying Game Pass is 400 plus games, can we just go like 200, you know, and save me some money? Or you make more money. Does more games actually make more money because more people go in? Man.
I want the back end information on it. I want to see like
Yeah.
how
Hey,
many
Asha,
people have
we'll come in and show we'll come in.
show us the stats.
We'll go up there. We'll go to Microsoft, Redmond. You show us all the stuff, and then we'll sign an NDA and just never talk about it again. I promise.
But like I'm curious generally, like, because when you're in Game Pass, you get a discount buying the games. Like how many people are actually doing that? What the return is on that? Stuff like the upgrades for expansion passes, like Outer Worlds 2 and all that. Like that stuff's great. Big part of Game Pass, you get discounts on that. Like, curious how many people are actually putting more money on top of the sub.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, to see the metrics of a big corporation and just be like, wow, there's a lot of money just being tossed around here.
That's a lot of digits I've never seen in my bank account.
That could be going somewhere else.
All this leads us to 3 days after the Game Pass cut, which led us into this entire topic of conversation. 4/23, a new internal memo was sent out to team members from Asha and Matt Booty, which was later released to the public. Some core things, and here it is a long one. Asha openly admitting the Xbox has work to do regarding PC presence, pricing for consumers, and user experiences being too fragmented. Notable quote, model that got us here won't be the one that takes us forward. Xbox will be where the world plays. In doing that, they will create a global platform that connects players and creators with consoles at the foundation, delivering a premium experience that can be accessed across the console, PC, cloud, and handhelds. Their new North Star or metrics of engagement will be daily active players compared to units sold, consoles sold, stuff like that. And then goes deeper into specific things regarding hardware, content, experience, and services. Don't need to get into that. Ending her memo saying they're actively reevaluating their approach to exclusivity AI and windowing, which I'm not sure what that is in there, so I kept it in. Windowing means. I'm gonna say it means they're windows in the office that they changed the graphics text on. Let's tell that.
No, that is not at all what they mean. I think like Windows. Windowing is a technique associated with stream processing, especially stateful stream processing. It's useful it's used to divide a continuous data stream into smaller finite chunks called streaming windows. So it's for data streaming.
So cloud.
Process used to produce images in a computed tachometry scan, a CT scan. Oh, whoa. Okay, I'm getting
He's deep in
I'm
it.
sorry,
I'm going with the
rabbit hole.
Windows in the Office thing because that sounded better.
No. It's about streamlining. They're streaming. They got to stream their windows better.
Perfect. This
That's a funny
memo
one.
was
I
the
love it.
one too we mentioned at the top where they officially announced Microsoft Gaming is dead in the water and everything is officially under the Xbox brand, which is the exact opposite of what we predicted last year, I believe. Like you said, you're like, I see a world where Microsoft Gaming is the thing. Xbox is phased out. They took that, threw it away, and said no.
They said, "Oh shit, people hated that."
People like Xbox.
Which, yeah, unexpected but good. Like, did not expect them to toss that away. But yeah, it was just a title, you know. The name. A good memo. Read the whole thing. A lot of corporate-y talk, but we've heard it before from Microsoft and Xbox before, and this one still feels good. It's we'll see what it actually means, obviously, but I think for once again, Xbox's messaging for years has been weird all over the place. I don't think that is true anymore, right? This is pretty direct, pretty straightforward. Is it broad? Yeah, in some cases it's pretty broad. Fix the fundamentals for players and partners. Okay, like what does that mean? The fundamentals for players and partners, right? Like that's a lot, right? So there's a lot of broad stuff, a lot of wiggle room, but it all sounds good. And I think when you take it for what it is, and it feels good, you know, especially if like the people internally are feeling good about it, and it seems like they are. Makes me excited for what's coming. I'm intrigued by how they're going to achieve their new North Star being daily active players. What does that ads like? If more people are on it, so you can play more ads, you have more daily use. You know, what does that mean? I guess if you don't have enough players playing on your console every day, developers don't want to play or make games for it. So I guess that would help. Just how are you going to fix that? That being your North Star is broad, in my opinion, but yeah.
Well, that's even if
I don't know how you would do that.
That's if the daily active players is just on the hardware side of things. Because does that mean like
True.
people playing Call of Duty on PlayStation, people playing South of Midnight on Switch? Like, are those people counted in that, or
Maybe
is it
across
just
the board? Yeah.
Yeah. So that I would like.
I guess how would you track that? Actually, yeah, you would always log into Microsoft services. You can track that.
Nope.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, yeah, it makes sense. You want more of a share of the economy daily, not just log in for the big game and then log out, log in for a cool Game Pass drop, play for an hour, log out. So I'm on daily, but so many posts of people were like, hey, maybe I'll plug it in after this summer. Like, that's crazy.
Well, there's one thing I didn't put in our little breakdown here, if you have that pulled up, that I also found interesting and am excited to hear more about. A big part of this too was that she wants to re-stabilize Generation 9 Xbox Series consoles, what we're on now, which we've already seen. We've gotten the new achievement updates happening, pop-up sounds, the notification for it. The UI is updated where you can have custom colors now, which is so dope. And it does like if you have it on your console now,
Gradient.
when you pull up the guide, does the gradient looks so good. Yeah, I love it.
Dude, I stared at it for so long. I was like, was this here before? I could not tell. I had to look it up and I was like, okay, they added this. I'm not crazy.
Good.
Yeah. No, I love that addition because like, hey, money, guys, chip shortage, new gen, sure, whenever. So during up these consoles, investing in it still. we're going to be playing on the Series X for a while. A lot of people are, especially the S. So we'll see.
Yeah, there's been some insider stuff like that who have talked that the team, and she mentioned it with her interview with Steven Totillo, that they have a new dedicated team in Xbox working purely on Gen 9 UI, hardware updates, console features, stuff like that, that are supposedly going to be a bi-weekly release through the end of the year.
Avatars. Achievement remix, avatars.
Rare, you got nothing else going on? Come back. Fix them up.
Hey, I mean, we'll talk about it. I don't think he mentioned it in this, but they brought up Sea of Thieves, right? Being one of the games they want to, in the content bullet point that we kind of over. Elevate creator-centric platforms like Minecraft, Elder Scrolls, and Sea of Thieves. Dude, if you can like have an Xbox avatar that you can load into Sea of Thieves with, that'd be cool. Have yourself go across games, like bring that back. That stuff was so cool. I loved it. I didn't like do enough with those things. 1 versus 100 style games. Like if I get your little spirit body, that's cool. But what if you were your avatar, your Xbox avatar?
I would have
walking
him like
around.
have him like in the skybox, like looking down, like watching the battle
like
happen.
they're controlling.
Yeah,
They're like the avatars are playing together, holding game controllers. That'd be cool. Yeah, there's so much charm you can do. You forget, like, yeah, it doesn't feel like a platform as much without that. But maybe they're doing that. What maybe Rare is doing something. You want to elevate Sea of Thieves.
I'm trying to skim through the rest of the memo. This was the one expanding into China, emerging markets, and mobile first audiences, again expanding on cloud, going back to that. This is an Xbox point from earlier that it's not the plan anymore. It's just not forward facing on it. Yeah. Again, it's just the wording of things. She talked with the Totillo interview about exclusivity, that they're taking a data-driven approach to everything and their decisions going forward, and don't want to jump into something without fully looking at benefits and back-end effects of it. So, I don't know. It's the thing everyone brings up every time she drops the thing of, oh, exclusivity, she mentioned this. And I bring it up in our Discord every time, like pointing it out. Like, it's such a slippery slope. Like, on the one hand, again, you want to reinvigorate that core Xbox audience. You want to bring that drive back. That's the way to do it. I just don't want to see a bloodshed after the fact when it doesn't work. Like,
yeah, no, I still think, I think they're finding some success with, I just don't know how much, with South of Midnight on Switch. The amount of posts I see daily of people like, just beat it, oh my gosh, and PlayStation, not just Switch. Just won a Peabody Award. Like, it's a fantastic game, and that people are now finding again. So I think having a delayed release on other platforms is totally fine. Is it financially viable? Probably not for every single game, you know? If Kiln was just Xbox and the next year it was going, like, unfortunately, that'd be a little weird, right? I doubt it would be, probably have to drop free to play. Now it's all assumptions and hypotheticals, which is a silly
deeper
game.
into Kiln, Double Fine would be gone.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Not good.
Yeah. So, you know.
I think that's it for the memo then, which is the most recent thing we have of note. But again, little look into things. Other things, FanFest is brought back, returning for this year's June showcase, co-headed by Gears of War.
I would love to go to it.
Do it.
One in LA. I signed up. I would love to go. You know?
Me too, Xbox. Fly me out there because I'm poor.
Come on. Well, I doubt they'll do that. Maybe actually they will. Maybe.
Get some.
I forgot they do that.
They could.
Do sweepstakes and shit.
All this.
Yeah.
Positive, right? Like, it's not. You can't look at any of this and be like, Xbox is failing. That conversation from a few months ago is gone. That no more in the atmosphere of the gaming industry. I would even go as far to that revigoration of Xbox my threads and Twitter, especially threads, I've had people pop up that I've never seen before that like they work at Xbox and they've been there 10, 12, 13 years and they're on their own personal pages talking about how excited they are of what is happening on the back end. And it's not like PR people, it's not Stein, love you, but it's just casual Joe Schmo in the background that like they're excited again. They're back in and there's a feel in the office and feel in the community. They're designing the stuff that that's been lost. Like you can't not look at that and just shun that away. Or at least be interested in what's happening.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like it felt like Xbox was pushing the ball up a hill and going nowhere. Now it feels like there's direction. So whether they're going downhill, uphill, we don't know yet, but they're going somewhere. It feels like, and that feels good. Feels real good. I'm excited to see. I hope they like keep investing in the fan stuff. I hope all this isn't just a Hail Mary pass of like, let's lean into what people want and see if this can help us. And who knows, Microsoft might start hitting losses soon, and all of a sudden AI isn't that bubble burst, and then oh no, we'll see. I hope this is successful.
I'm looking. We are
Good.
officially
Sneaky.
6 weeks away, 6 episodes away from
That's
the June
crazy.
showcase, which is the next big thing for Xbox.
Yes.
Does any of what we've talked about, what she said, what's been going on, change your expectations for the showcase? Because I'll start, like, I genuinely,
Go for it.
again, the slippery slope thing, that showcase is going to start. It's going to do their ESRB ratings at the start, all the usual shit they do. Green goes black for that first trailer. I don't have In and Out here. It can't be like everyone else. I'd do a Popeye's chicken bit. That first trailer starts with an Xbox exclusive voiceover like they used to do and kick it off with like, I don't care what it is, Blade, whatever the fuck it is, but like, you want to recapture that spirit June showcase when everyone's there watching FanFest? Get that crowd hype?
What's the voice?
What they used to do,
Xbox
like their
Oh.
old E3 showcases, where they do an Xbox exclusive and go into the trailer.
Got it.
See, showcase kicking off with it. I'm calling it here.
Yeah. Man, that'd be crazy to start with Blade. That'd be wild.
Blade was an
I doubt
legit thing. Oh, Blade.
A random pull from the brain.
Yeah. My keyboard thing just broke off my desk. What the fuck?
Nah, you see Halo, something like that. But
It was already announced for
starting off with
PS5.
Halo Combat. Yeah, who cares? We don't even have the logo on there because you know it's going to start with a live performance. They're on stage shredding with a guitar and everything. And everyone's just like, yeah, Halo. No, I think the June showcase, I expect what I expected before, but I think I am more positive leaning now. I think before I would have been expecting something weird, something like, oh, okay, that's a choice, that's a game, right? But now I feel more positive, and I think if you look back to the past Xbox showcases, which you got to give me the ones I got to watch. But you go back to the last couple years, even including developer directs, like their shows, the showcases are really top notch. I don't think that's going to stop. The deep dive into Gears E-Day, I'm stoked for. That's going to be awesome. They said, 30 plus minutes of that. So that's going to be sick. Can't wait to see that game come out and what that is. The surprises. We know what's coming, but there's a lot that is going to be a surprise. And I think this showcase will be where they kick off the 25th anniversary, right? Like they've been like, I think now seeing everything hindsight for this year, it's like, okay, you were waiting till Asha, you were waiting till these decisions could get made, you can get in, and now you have June to, get the ball rolling on all that. So I also, I guess, expect them to lean heavy into the 25th anniversary. That's how it honestly is going to start. Sizzle reel of like the first Xbox all the way to now. 25 years. Rock will be there.
Maybe
man, they're gonna have the Rock show off the new console. Damn, that's awesome. Keep it quiet. What is he doing?
I'm obviously hyped like I always am. I'm not that much swayed, excuse me, by everything that's happened with the showcase. I'm on the other end of you, honestly, where I don't think there is that much for surprises this showcase. Um, outside of the hardware, there's not outside of like partnerships, there's not a lot of studios that are like teed up to announce a new thing or like really like wow, you know? Like I think this year is partially going to be the celebration of the 25th throwback stuff like that. I think it's just going to be a lot more deep dives on stuff. Blade could be for sure. Clockwork Revolution, give me a 5-minute segment on that alone. But like
State of Decay 3.
Yeah, State of Decay's 3's got to be there. Beta testing's going out. Invites now.
Yeah.
Like Rare's not anywhere close, and Sea of Thieves is in such a rough spot the past year and a half that even if they had a new segment, I don't think that changes things. Obsidian, Grounded 2 update, sure. Ninja Theory,
Fallout remake.
Fallout remake could be on with the 25th anniversary throw in. Ninja Theory, what was their horror game that got canceled? Project
that's
Tomorrow.
So sad. Yeah.
Hellblade 3 is not anywhere close.
No, it wouldn't be.
Yeah, there's just
No,
not
we
a
probably would get some announcements. You would. Do we see Elder Scrolls 6? Do they show
I
that
think
off
100%.
fully? And then is it like, dude, coming with Project Helix? Not even a date, just a rise with Project Helix. It's a
Right.
launch.
God.
God, that'd be so fucking cool.
Yeah, Elder Scrolls would be the one.
That's crazy.
Another surprise, but I don't know how big it would make an impact for casual fans. I could see the new StarCraft shooter showing up that's been talked about a lot, like that.
Oh yeah, I think there's some stuff like small. I would assume that's a smaller scale scope thing. I imagine stuff like that. There's a couple little things like that would be like, oh my gosh, like a Spyro game might show up. They're doing Toys with Bob has something. That could be something that shows up and announced.
I don't know. I just don't know what the big wow thing this year would be. OD maybe. Kojima was with her a couple days ago. Like end off with OD.
Yeah, with a pack.
Nope, Kyle froze.
Just an Xbox for Kojima, so he has an Xbox. He just got one Xbox. What? Oh, am I back?
Yeah, you're back.
Hello. Okay. Yeah. No, I think there's a lot of games that we get updates on. There's a couple that will be surprise announcements, but I think Xbox also learned can't do announcements too soon because you just can't make that calendar work for you. So I think what they have announced needs to be shown more with a couple new stuff being announced, right? I think, is this the only Halo thing we're going to be talking about for the next year? They could tell us more about the next Halo. Ooh.
There was, I wish I saved it. I didn't save it or like it. There is current job listings for Halo Studios for a narrative designer for Halo Next.
Oh. I can apply to that actually.
There you go.
I mean, design that narrative. Master Chief shoots things, and he has sex with a woman alien who is fully human, but is an alien, but is human. I mean, you only see his butt cheeks.
That's just the trailer. It just panned out at the cheeks.
The trailer is that scene, and then our Master Chief comes in and shoots Pablo Schreiber. Master Chief. He's like, we're done with this continuity.
Yeah, I mean, could be cool. Do a final thing, release date trailer for a Halo Remastered. Follow it immediately up.
I expect something like that. I just wonder. Yeah, a Halo Next would be cool. Man, what are they? Because what is it? That gets me thinking. Is it just like Halo 2?
Yeah.
Halo 3 Remaster? Or are they like... I wish this remaster was just a reboot. I wish they just stopped and said, here's a dope multiplayer game. We're going to invest in this. We'll see you in 3 years with Halo. We're restarting. People need to restart or just give up and move on. Bungie left it. Bungie left Destiny.
Yeah.
You can do it. That Microsoft.
Remember when we
10x.
were doing the show and they dropped the announcement for Halo Studios and Remaster Live? That was cool.
Oh yeah.
That was a
I
good
like how
bump.
I'm also saying Xbox needs to drop the Halo IP.
I mean, at this point, I wouldn't mind. Like, I'm in the case.
Yeah.
It does not hold the weight it used to.
No, it's all over the place. Story wise, where do you jump in? Is this going to be the jump in point? New story ish? You're just retelling it? What's the point? You retell 1, 2, 3, then you get the 4, 5, 6, 7. What, like, you want to retell all those again? No. So, like, man, you should have just rebooted from the beginning.
Post June showcase, what else we have to look forward to with Xbox? Obviously, the games. Forza Horizon 6 is out in 3 weeks now. Can't wait. That's before June showcase, but it
Ooh.
fits in. Halo
wait.
Remastered, as mentioned, which I saw was supposedly rumored with a September release date. Gears of War E-Day is in there. Fable is in there. And now Minecraft Dungeons 2 also in there. I would also, if it's not early next year, State of Decay 3 this year. That game is going to be something that's around for the next 3 or 4 years.
Though.
Yeah. I can
Like
see him doing
like,
a grounded thing, though. With how many updates and expansions they do with that
access.
game. Release it, let the community play along with the build.
I will not hop into that right away then. That's going to be a bummer. I hope it's not that. But it worked with Grounded, so I'm open for the studio, right? If that's what they're doing. No bummer though. Man, I would really hope Halo would be June, July. I think Halo Summer. There's no multiplayer. Never mind. I was going to say having a multiplayer game in the summer would be awesome, but unless that's a surprise
Just
announcement.
the story.
Damn, what if they did that? Like shadow dropped multiplayer at the showcase, then yeah, you had like months to play multiplayer leading up to. That'd be a good surprise, but I doubt it.
Yeah.
You got me believing in no surprises now.
It's just hard. Like, I'm still excited. I'm not expecting to be wowed this year. Obviously after games, Xbox Series updates we talked about, supposedly bi-weekly through the rest of the year. Game Pass reinvention again that we talked about, and next generation, Generation 10, Project Helix in 2027. My ideal going into 2027, you get the showcase out of the way. State of Decay 3 is out by then. Fable's out. Clockwork's out. You kick off Gen 10 with Elder Scrolls, Blade, OD, and Duty, obviously, as your big four to lead into, hey, here is our new Xbox as a brand. Here is our new Xbox as a company. And we're starting off different than all the previous generations where it's always been a Forza, it's always been a Halo, it's always been Gears. Here's new Blade, new OD for this new generation. Elder Scrolls, obviously, an old thing, but have that be a day one or shortly after launch like they did with Oblivion. Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. I like it. I like it a lot.
Mm-hmm. Elder Scrolls would be crazy. Just because of Starfield, you know? Like, would they do timed exclusivity in the same way? Did they find success in that? Do they think it worked for them? Was Starfield an outlier?
Saying you want to sell
leave money on
consoles.
Are you going to leave money on the table? Are you going to undercut? Are you going to undercut the console enough where it's viable for many people to buy it with the economy? Like, yeah, I just can't see Elder Scrolls not being everywhere. I could see it being a couple months, like Forza is. A year would be pretty crazy. I just can't. Starfield really changes it. I think it changes Bethesda, and I think people are gonna see Elder Scrolls, the next one, and be like, "It looks like Starfield." So it's just Starfield, but medieval. I think you might get that if they're not careful enough. They updated the engine. They're on Creation Engine 3. Starfield was 2. So like it's different. They understood that something was wrong with Starfield, and Elder Scrolls is totally different. But yeah, the exclusivity there, I get it, but I also am like, I don't know. I really don't. I don't think it worked for Starfield, but there's reasons. So
Yeah, I just looked up right now, numbers roughly first week sales for Starfield on PS5 were only 140,000.
yeah. Which again, I don't expect people to buy a game that was shit on and still is shit on constantly. Like,
Yeah.
you're not going to get a lot of casual people. It's going to take a lot of time and sales for them to be like, okay. And even then, there's just not enough for the casual person to latch onto there.
Do you think with prices and consoles coming out, do you see any of OD Blade, the ones I mentioned, being an actual Generation 10 exclusive?
I think Blade and OD totally could. I think one of those definitely could. I don't think both would be, because that's crazy that you would lock out past gens. Also, thinking about what they're saying, no, I actually don't. I think what Xbox would do is make sure Series X and S can at least play them either through cloud at the bare minimum, because they don't want to lose that player base. So it might be like, it might not run. One of those might not run on the Series X, but I doubt it when I think more about it. And that's what I like about Xbox. They like, I don't think soon I don't think we're gonna get games soon that are gonna not be playable on my console. I think we're gonna be like, okay, we're on the third, I get why I can't play on my X anymore,
Yeah, I think it comes down to the cost, right? Like if they can get lower $600-700, I think they would be comfortable doing it. If it is going to be the premium pricing model that people are worried about, and that's partially why they're maybe double dipping back into series consoles now and updating them to keep them fresh, because they know people are going to be sitting on them for a longer time than usual. Then I don't see any of them being, but I think it relies on that price for the hardware. If they have a way to get people in without it being a kick in the teeth, do it, go ahead. Come over. This is where this one game is at, 2 games are at. But a lot to be excited about.
And the Call of Duty.
And
there's a Call of Duty as well.
Modern Warfare 4 is coming this year.
We barely talked about Fable. Man, Fable is what it is.
Yeah, that's for me. Fable is what it is. I don't see Fable coming out and being some game changer. I wish it was, but I don't think
if it does, what I don't
think it's going to come out and be like Xbox is Uncharted or Xbox is Last of Us or Xbox is God of War.
Who cares about Uncharted?
I agree, but I think it's going to come out and it'll be good. Probably high 80s review for me, but I don't think it's going to be something of like, you guys need to play Fable. This is Xbox is making quality games now. I don't think that conversation is going to change around it. Not to be negative, but
yeah, we'll see. I need to see more. There was to me, that Fable looked, the last showing looked very polished and clean. I need to see it. It needs to look more authentic. Might be not the right word there, but I hear you. I'm feeling more positive. I'm hoping, at least. I want to kick chickens again.
Kick chickens. I wonder how much they're going to dedicate to it in the showcase. Did they say Gears of War's 30 minutes? Did they say, is it going to be a general hour and a half like they usually do?
Hour and a half and then half hour at the end, right? So
that's what it's usually been. Yeah,
I'd expect. Yeah, I think they've been consistent with their shows. I think that's a great cadence, thinking about what they have to show off as well. Nice little hour and a half. Man, I can't wait.
Yeah, that's it. So this year's experience will include a look back at the last 25 years alongside a forward view of what's next. Don't got a lot of new surprises to show off. Don't got a lot of new surprises to show off. You fill it up with some look backs. Be exciting. I'm excited. 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, June 7th will be the next date to look forward to for Xbox.
Hey Xbox, I know you have not even started on the graphics for the June showcase, so I'll give you an idea. You're going to start next week, of course. The first segment is the Xbox One, the Xbox OG console back. Theme everything around that, and then the middle block of your show is all 360. And then the next one is series. We're going to skip one of them.
Damn.
Do you like the joke there though?
With the one of them.
One of them? Yeah, Xbox One. Thank you, Xbox. I hope you see this. Good idea. Could you imagine just like the blades like going through, showing off what's coming next?
And just a giant Connect camera. You can manage your house.
Dude, give me a Connect. Give me a Connect app.
I would use the shit out of the Connect today, my guy.
Oh
I
my-
used it a ton on Xbox One. Daily.
Tangent.
It.
Did Just Dance and they use your camera on your phone? It works
Yep.
really well. There's something there.
Bring it back, Xbox.
Xbox, if you want to make motion games again.
that sometimes work. Any final thoughts, Kyle, before we sign off here for this episode?
No, feeling good
looking
about
back?
it all. You know, feeling good about Xbox. A lot of business stuff, a lot of just assumptions and things, but feels good. Can't wait to, see more tangible stuff. Or Horizon 6 coming out. That has nothing to do with Asha. Nothing against them, but I want to see this Xbox, this new gen, actually what they're really doing fully outside of memos, and that's June showcase. So we'll get there when we get there, but feeling good. Happy to be on Xbox.
You disappeared again. God, why? There
I
is
was like, you disappeared too.
yeah, it was me, sorry. Yeah, there's just a lot to be excited about. I am perfectly comfortable where I'm at with the console, with hardware, with games. There has been a consistent cadence of releases around this whole time that people overlook, I feel, with where they're at. Again, looking for major titles, that's going to change. But there's been little time to be worried about purchases and investing in the ecosystem now. Past 60 days, I would say, than there was before. Because when we talked about this before, there was on my end at least, of is it maybe time to switch over to PlayStation and just restart? But now that, that security blanket, I feel, is there.
Yeah.
For people that were on
Hey,
the
them
edge.
saying the console's at the core experience matters, because that's not what it felt like. It felt like everything was the core experience. And yeah, you said a lot about it doesn't feel like the console matters. So shit like that matters to a lot of people.
We want to hear from you, the listener, the viewer. In the comments below, let us know what you want from Xbox going forward, what you're excited about, what you still are waiting to see, what you want to see from the Series dashboard UI update. If they're doing those every other week, I'm curious to see what's in store, because there's little I can find to complain about. But we're back full swing again. Usual release schedule for us here. May will be a busy, jam-packed month again, leading into the June showcase. Next week will be our April gaming catch-up. All the stuff we've been playing. Reviews for Dose of Divas, possibly Mouse PI for Hire. Talking about other stuff we have played. It has been a busy month. Also in May, obviously, probably the 23rd or 30th schedule pending will be June showcase predictions, my favorite episode of the year, as well as that E3 look back. I will send Kyle episodes to watch, at least one, if not two, tonight.
We should do the 30th for the 30th should be predictions. 23rd should be the Xbox look back. I think that makes sense.
I like it. Stuff to look forward to there. Exciting times. Yes, abound. Kyle to do all the social media places. Is your internet fixed? Did you ever get that fixed when I was gone? Are you streaming again? When can we hear your voice on the Twitch?
I've been streaming, but it's all over the place still, so gotta figure something out. Yeah. Hey, it's been working-ish.
Nice.
Been streaming some Marathon. I gotta start another longer game, but I don't know. We're almost done with Final Fantasy VII, so hopefully I can talk about Final Fantasy VII next week. I should prioritize that and Tosa Divas as like part of my games, because we're so close. We're so close. We just
Nice.
wait for 30 to 45 minutes and it's like late and we're like, oh well, it's like, oh, we should have just started instead of talking for an hour.
You had to do that thing
God,
where
I
like
hate
you
that
get on one
it
night and you
sucks
have
that we
like 10
like
minutes
each
left.
other. We almost, I kid you not, Cutscene. Wife's like, hey, can we end after this? I'm like, yeah, that's fine. Save it. Cutscene end. Save it. I'm like, all right, I'm saved. I'm just gonna walk ahead to see if the cutscene starts in 5 steps. It does. I'm like, and then cutscene, chapter end. I was like, if we saved the game and closed it, we were a second away from ending the chapter. It's like this game. Why did you have a couple minute cutscene? 5 steps of controlling your character into another like 2-minute cutscene. I was like, what? This game. So many things I could go on.
Where are
I'm
you
done.
at? Are you in the Shinra building? Have you done the stairs yet? Have you climbed stairs?
Hold on, stop. Thing fell. We have to go get Aerith. We went downstairs under and got kicked out by Whispers. And now we're at Aerith's. We're at her home. And I just watched her walk out the door and I'm like, where are you going? But that's where we stopped. So
Where we stop?
the giant thing has fallen from the sky. I think we could spoil some stuff.
The plate. It's a 30-year-old game.
It's just I see who's in the chat. But yeah, 30-year-old game, don't worry.
Tumbling stairs. Oh,
Yeah, we're right after there.
Yeah.
Chapter 14. I know we're close because I showed her when the plate fell and you see the random cat man. Hannah, my wife, was just like, what? And I was like, that's Mike had the same reaction. So like I already knew that cat thing was there, but such a funny. I pulled it up and I was like, man, they played for like another 7 hours after this moment. I thought we were almost done. Jesus. So we have like at least 4 or 5. So
Game that keeps on giving.
anyways,
Hear more about it next
I think
week.
it's taking at this point. I
God,
think it's taking something from me.
Celia. Till next time.
Oh, and Terran Armada.
Yeah. Gotta get back, spend more time in there. Hear about that next week on episode 114 of the Download Queue. For now, follow us on all the socials. Download Queue, all the places. Linktree is available on the Twitch, Twitter, Threads, all the places. Blue Skies, because sometimes cares about me. We'll see. How to do all the places. Till next time, happy gaming. Be good to each other. Stay safe. Play some good games.